Okay, welcome back to Blast Process 4. We have here d4gr0n and Mannix86, the co-op run of Arcus Odyssey. How are you guys doing?
We're doing good. How about you, Mannix?
Thanks for hosting us, d4gr0n. So yeah, guys, this is Arcus Odyssey. It's a multiplayer game that d4gr0n and I have recently found through some browsing, and we just fell in love in the game pretty quickly. It's an isometric dungeon crawler.
It's kind of like also a run and gun, sort of free roaming run and gun sort of game, kind of similar to Pocky and Rocky in a sense, but yeah, in more of an isometric format. So that's kind of what you're gonna expect here with Arcus Odyssey. It's made by Wolf Team, actually. If you don't know who Wolf Team is, well, you'll at least know what Ernest Evans is, and that's all you need to know. None of the ragdoll physics here, though. Just clean, crisp gameplay. It's a very good game. And yeah, I guess we have to now go over our characters that we're gonna choose. So yeah, so we got like 4 different characters here. You got this guy here, which is Jetta Chef. He is the swordsman. You have Erin Gashuna, the warrior maiden, or as we like to call her, the whip lady. You have Diane, who is the archer, and then you have Bede, who is the mage. Max and I are going to choose our personal most comfortable characters here, which for him is going to be the warrior maiden, and for me it will be the mage, clad in white robes.
Yeah, so the cool thing about character selection here is Bede, Shia, the mage, who played by d4gr0n, and typically mages hang in the back end, but the mage is so powerful up close, and in my end I'm considered the tanky character, but I'll be in the back row, so video games don't make any sense right now in that sense.
We'll kind of go into why it ends up being like that, but yeah. d4gr0n, you're going to be in charge of the timer here. Do you want us to count down?
It's actually Shane, but
oh, Shane?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just do our usual countdown, as long as he knows.
My bad.
When to count it down.
Yeah.
Oh,
time is pretty much as soon as we hit start here and just start. So yeah, whenever he's ready to go, we'll get a countdown going and we'll get started.
Yep, he's ready.
All right. So from 3, 2, 1, go. So right off the get-go, it's kind of important to know who is player 1 and who's player 2, because it will it's always fixed where we start our position. Like right now, player 1's kind of leading the charge here. That's always going to happen, doesn't matter what character they choose. And coming up here is a 33% chance of taking a bit of a shortcut right to the boss here. Let's see if we get it. Yeah, we got it! Automatic 30-second time save.
So you notice there a power-up drop. The blue is health, the red is weapon, so we need stronger weapons as soon as possible, so we wait till the power-up cycles to the red color. And that's stage 1 already, guys.
Yeah, it's a very, very short stage, and like I said before, you have like a 33% chance of guessing the correct entrance to the boss. Now this stage is a little more hazardous. I actually probably should have let Max take that, but it's okay.
Yeah, so the prison is deceptively difficult. It's really simple in layout, but the enemies can snipe you from pretty much anywhere, so timing attacks are super important here. If you let the enemy on screen too long, they'll shoot shots that can hit you from screens later into your path. So I'll let d4gr0n ahead here because he has the key, so he has to talk to this prisoner. Now you can talk to this person for the quest, and every other character there can be talked to get an additional ally. There's one ally that's really good called Furia, which we'll actually fight later, spoilers. But
Maybe. Oh, I'm
for
getting
the
caught
time
here.
being, since we're 2 players already and there's no real scaling in terms of damage, and the way my character works, I'm going to be able to help out in the sections where that ally would normally be important. I'm going to let d4gr0n catch up a little bit here. We're limited by screen bound, so it's important that we stay somewhat together on this particular stage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the reason we don't want to take the partners, they cause extra lag, which is no good.
And you'll also see that when I attack a second time, when my whip is out, it does like a circular motion around me. Now that particular motion doesn't do a lot of damage compared to the straight attack. However, it really offers like this protection kind of aura for a brief moment. And we'll see that in the next stage where it really shines. But it helps you hit difficult angles, especially for d4gr0n, which has a linear attack for now.
Do you need the health?
Really useful. No.
Okay. I'll be taking the leader anyway, so should be good.
So don't blink here. The boss dies. Now he can spawn a couple places, and we got him.
Yeah, that's an RNG fight right there. He can spawn in like 4 different locations. Actually, it might even be 6 different locations. Not fun. Alright, so neither of us died, but I'm actually going to grab this extra doll of life just in case. The thing with the mage... Oops. The thing with the mage is he starts with very, very low life. So he's actually especially pretty fragile starting off. Uh-oh.
So let's talk about collision. We can actually collision, so our movement was a little sloppy there, and we paid for it in time. Here I'm going to deliberately wait behind so we stretch out the screen as much as we can so we can get back to the door as soon as possible. We'll do that a few times in this stage. So there's not too much to this stage. It's like a maze-like stage, and we got to get these different swords which serve as keys on pedestals to open the next area. And it's fixed position, so we know exactly where they're going to be every time.
And coming up here is a very, very scary little stretch here, where all these gargoyles are gonna kind of come out of nowhere. Come and say hi.
That's where Maiden really shines. I can sort of protect the mage by swinging the whip around both characters, because they can fly from anywhere. It's completely RNG. There's actually not that much RNG to enemy placement in this game, but that's definitely one of the places. Now I got hit there, I got stunned. It prevents me to use magic attacks, which we don't use at all in the speedrun.
It's a pretty useless ability. Now he can do some other thing, which is really bad. Let's talk about that. So there's something called poison status, and it's probably the worst thing ever in this game. You absolutely do not want to be poisoned by anything. And most things aren't able to poison you. Oh boy. That ghost was pretty persistent right there. We're still doing fine on health. So right here, we're actually gonna see our would-be partners getting carried off. And here we're actually gonna split off. I'm gonna head to the exit, and because the warrior main's ability is so strong early on, she can just one-shot that whatever Mannix was fighting there.
So my chain whip does a damage point every frame that the tip of it is in an enemy's hitbox. And the hitbox is pretty generous on the weapon itself, so right now, early on these weird angles on this stage specifically, her attacks are pretty crucial. Stage 3 is deceptively one of the most difficult stages of the game, so the fact that we have this much health right now, I'm pretty happy about.
Yeah, these axe throwers, they can be psychic and throw these axes from off the screen. It's really, really horrible.
We're gonna do a short split again here. He's gonna go for the button. I'm gonna go right to the door.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who has the sword, as long as somebody attempts to activate it. Ooh, another psychic shot there by an axe thrower. Got a bit unlucky there, and it hit Mannix.
It's better me, honestly, at this point. I have a bit more health still. We'll match up later in the run, though. I
And
only
we-
need 2 upgrades for health, while he needs 3 to reach the maximum of 9.
Alright, so this is you.
So this is a screen where the Warrior Maiden is really strong because all the enemies are in really weird positions. And I can hit through walls with it. That was really good. Alright.
Alright, so boss time. This is another RNG fight, but of course, because our damage output is so high, we can just blow up the boss like that. He can do so many different things and just cause you to lose a whole bunch of time because you have to take a bunch of safety. Like, ghosts can spawn in quite a few numbers. Same with extra zombies. I'm fine on Dolls of Life, so I'm actually going to skip that one. I'm actually going to let the Warrior Maiden take the lead here. Again, this is a really good stage for the Warrior Maiden. And this is the start of some awful luck. So these dragon hits...
Dagger RNG. I call it
Yeah.
dagger.
Yeah, these dragons, they will pop up whenever they feel like it, and waste a whole bunch of time when they don't come out at all.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, that was pretty good luck, actually. Alright, so I gotta be careful here. Very important I select the right choice here. Okay, good. So if you select yes there, you take a 1.5 of health of damage there. So you gotta be careful to make sure you select the right choice there, because health is kind of still pretty scarce here. We haven't fully maxed out our attacks yet. We will at the end of this stage. Oops. Sorry, I shouldn't have pushed you in there. Let you have the lead there again.
This is pretty good health, though. Relatively unscathed.
Now, you can actually forego that chest there, which is the medicine of regeneration. Oops. And there's that backward shot doing its work. I'll take this one. Going. Yeah, and the lag gets pretty intense here, just because the water effects is going on, and I'll snipe this one.
So here I normally have to walk all the way around, but d4gr0n can shoot the last water barrier from there. So this is stage 4 boss, and this is stage 4 boss dead.
Alright.
So now we're both powered up, and this is where the mage really completely obliterates the game.
The game.
Not even close to anybody else.
Yeah. Yeah,
You wanna
so
tell me what
now
you-
that we are fully maxed out, the thing with the mage is his maxed out ability goes 3 different directions, and they all count as separate damage. So if all 3 of them connect with a single target, they get blown up. Like so. Like so. Yeah, so there's a couple of these enemies we have to kill, and they might be a little beefier than the normal enemies. Mage just completely makes quick work of them. Ooh, okay. That was, those are some pretty good shots there. So now we gotta destroy these mirrors so that we can open the way. And my job here is to kind of clear the way so the Warrior Maiden has a bit of an easier time, because this is where having good range really comes in handy, because some of these enemies can fire from off screen, and the Warrior Maiden has a bit of trouble with her lack of range.
Falls off a little bit, but she's still a good mage complement overall.
Alright, so once again, mage tank. And we're going to forego that medicine of regeneration. The medicine of regeneration just fills you with 3 points of health. And we're going to grab this potion of invincibility and select that. And I'm going to pop it here. And I'm going to kind of act as a meat shield so that this dragon does not hit Mannix, because he's kind of low on health right now. And
Just like a moderate distance there. That's so my weapon hitbox stays in the boss as much as possible.
And now, as you see, we're picking up the blue gems now. This gives us more maximum HP. the Warrior Maiden pretty much can neglect all power-ups now at this point. Unless she actually needs the health. Mage still needs one more. Now we're on to Act 6, which is kind of a enemy boss rush of sorts. Alright.
In co-op, there's a lot of lag issues, so d4gr0n's gonna make sure he gets close so let his sprites stay off screen. Oh, these spiders. These can poison you. Those little purple bullets, they can kill you.
Okay, good. None of us got poison. That's a big, big thing. Yeah, poison is like the single biggest hazard at this point in the game.
This is the worst room of the game.
Yeah, there's something wrong with this room. Like, really wrong with this room. I'm gonna kill that guy, and now we're gonna kind of retreat back, get in this corner here, and hopefully that will spawn this guy here. No, of course it does not spawn him. We're just gonna go back, and then I'm gonna... Yeah, there he is.
You kind of feel a lag spike when they come in. So yeah, we lose a ton of time there, just off random stuff.
And here we're facing our would-have-been partners, I guess. And they get both blown up. And we're gonna say yes to forgiving them, because that will fill our health to full. And we need to, because we're facing this guy next. So yeah, basically one giant boss rush.
So you saw how d4gr0n can not only do triple damage from close, he can also mash his shots. And all of those are being absorbed as damage, so that's a crazy... I basically swung twice there and the boss was empty. That boss usually takes about 10 to 15 hits with the Warrior Maiden.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it kind of just goes to show the Warrior Maiden sort of starts to struggle a bit later on in the game in the scaling. She's not quite as bad as the swordsman, Jetta, but yeah, there is a bit of struggle with the scaling for the Warrior Maiden. Ooh, okay. These are some really bad shots. So
I'm fine, though I haven't died yet, so I have 2 dolls.
Yeah, I think, like, at this point, nothing really stops us from completing this run, because we've got so many dolls of life to work with here that we haven't really been using up. And really the goal here is we're just trying to kill off these statues and just trying to avoid whatever boss they're trying to throw at us that's protecting the statue. And we pretty much have just one more we gotta destroy at this point before we can actually face the final boss of this particular act.
I'm gonna deliberately let d4gr0n ahead here. Not only is he a little bit better than me at this particular pattern, but he can hit these enemies at a really weird angle, and they can do poison, which is annoying.
Yeah. Because we can't stress enough, poison status is like the single biggest thing that will easily kill any one of us. So avoiding it at all costs is a big deal. Thankfully, we're past it now. Like, we don't have any more poison we have to worry about at this point in the run. So at some point, Max is going to let me get ahead. I'm not sure if he's going to take the medicine of regeneration, but...
We're good.
We're good? Okay. We'll bypass it then. And then I'm just going to face tank!
We're already on the last stage, guys, so there's about a minute left to the run, maybe a bit more. This is a really laggy stage. So we're just gonna pray. There's a lot of stuff flying around, and some things become randomly invulnerable, stopping in your tracks. These crystals fly from everywhere. It's a really annoying stage.
Yeah, and sometimes they're invincible too. So that's great. Yeah. Thankfully, though, as long as you know where to go, the stage is very, very short.
That was really good. We're already coming up to the last boss. Has 3 phases, and d4gr0n's gonna mash text here, and he's gonna wait at the end and pick the second choice. If he picks the first choice, they make you restart the stage. I wish I was joking.
Oh, not sure what I was doing there. I was assuming I had the lamp of life there. So I'm gonna be taking a death here, and then having my body block the boss off so that it doesn't go and kill Mannix.
I'm just gonna hit it while d4gr0n revives, and then d4gr0n's gonna kill it.
All right, and time is coming up here.
Yeah.
And time.
I'm curious what the time was, because that's a decent run.
Oh, you're not gonna believe this. 17 minutes flat.
17 flat because of the stupid worm room. The world record is 16:53. If it wasn't for that stupid room not spawning, I think we had it.
Yeah. Go figure, right?
But yeah, I'm pretty proud of that run. Thanks for running this with me, d4gr0n.
Yeah.
It's been a good journey, and the leaderboards has been rejuvenated. So if you're interested in this game, definitely drop by SRC and or send us a message. We'll hook you up with everything you need to learn this game. It's pretty easy to learn. Like there's a learning curve after to optimize it, but to learn this game and get going, it's not too much to it.
Thanks, guys. Did you get the time? Did you see what the time was?
Yeah, it was 17 minutes flat.
Yeah, 7 seconds off world record. Pretty darn good marathon run.
A very good marathon run. We got quite a bit of luck on our side there.
Yeah, I just want to shout out the Blast Process team who has been up day and night to get this going, and also the viewers, man. The viewers have been out of this world. And I've seen some people who probably haven't missed a run. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And of course, you, d4gr0n, for running with me, and it's been a good
Thanks
journey.
for having me. Always a pleasure. Arcus Odyssey is a fine game. I wish more people picked it up.
If you play Super Nintendo, there's also a game called Arcus Spirits that is an incarnate or a different version of this game. So check that out if Genesis is not an option for you. But for today, we're all Sega.
Well, I guess up next is the Shinobi block.
And we got Buster Man running Revenge, and then we'll have a Kunai-less race of Shinobi 3 with
the gang, the Bacon, the Cure, the Faust, or 712.
And the Bacon.
The Bacon.
Pretty good. Those are all really good Shinobi runners.
Yeah, I think we can throw it back to Chrono.
Thank you. Yeah. So thanks again to Mannix and d4gr0n for that great run, amazing, rather, of Arcus Odyssey. And yeah, once again, coming up next, we got the Shinobi block, starting with Busterman and Revenge of Shinobi, current record holder, and then Shinobi 3 race with Cure, Bacon Omelet, and Fast Force 712. That's going to be awesome. It's a very cool game. So please don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with some ninja action.